no. Are we recording?
Frick.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, come on. Come on back.
Just like the truth, it's been standing on trial.
Hey, everybody.
Fraud who still can't deny grace. It's written on.
Well, what is going on? So I'm Regan Lane, and welcome to Not Dead Yet. Oh my God, dude. Let me turn this down so I can concentrate. So hey, how's everybody doing? So I'm Regan. Regan Lane Barger is my full name. And
I'm studio crew.
here's my studio crew, Sophia B. And the Strangeleys, we have talked and we wanted to try Sean, Van Domlin, Doug Mackey, all my buddies. So we wanted to do a podcast, whatever we want to call this thing, to communicate with people about life, whatever. Now, Strangely Alright, for those of you that don't know, this deal is we are a band. You know, we're a band. We play in the area. We write our own stuff, and you know, what's our mission statement there? Oh, I can't say the F word in public, but we actually met with Trish Lacey and went through a thing about finding out really why we do this. And so our mission statement is Strangely Alright shares our truth through our musical stories for the joy of connection. That's what we've kind of figured out. And we also have what we call, and I use swearing for exclamation points, but it's called No Fucks Freedom. So we try not to sorry, man, I'll pay you later. So anyway, I wanted to get it started, and I don't have the technical nonsense to do all that. Hello, Anthony. Yes. But I wanted to start because musically where I come from is that attitude of just do it. Don't be fearful. Just go do what you do. And that goes back to the Ramones and the Sex Pistols and the whole DIY thing. Baby Knockers was that way when we were together in 80, when we just hopped in a van and went down and played all the clubs down in LA. And so that attitude is still kind of in me. It's just what I do. And so we decided, hey, we'll just get it started. And we know that it will improve and get better because that's what we do. We really believe that we're able to do some cool stuff. So anyway, so I'm starting it. Sean has a really bad cold. He's also on the other end at his place doing some streaming. And that's Sean Van Domlin, my brother from another mother. And he's actually the technical wizard in this thing. So Ray's doing something. Let me see. Watch the language. Oh my God, dude. And so Sean's doing some streaming too right now, and hopefully he'll chime in if he feels up to it. Ray's out doing something supporting local music or whatever Ray does, you know, that he does at Alexander, my brother. And he does that. Jason's in Las Vegas. Jason Bear, our drummer. And he's just taking a break, man. He's just getting away. Ken is at a birthday party for one of his workers, Ken Schaff. He is the bass player and my sponsor in this club that I'm in. And so that's all the guys are just doing stuff. So whatever, I wanted to get this thing started. So Sean recently, he posted a picture. Hey, my brother Sean. He posted a picture of himself as a kid, and it inspired me to go look at something I lived with and grew up with my grandma up until I was about 5 or 6, whatever, you know. And I had super good memories of that situation. I found a picture of me when I was 4-ish, 5-ish, whatever. That's that picture that I did for this. And it just came to me, hey, I'm not dead yet. And so what does that mean? What does the show Not Dead Yet mean, you know? For us, for me, we'll start with me because the other guys I'm sure will have different points of view on this because we're different people. But if I go back into my sordid past, so to speak, there are numerous occasions, you know, whatever. My second marriage, I married someone who dealt cocaine. I thought that was a good idea, you know. And when you open the door and have guns to your forehead, well, things could go wrong with that. And then I enjoyed lots of different types of chemicals, and I had encephalitis that went in my brain, and I was in a coma for 3 days, but you know, that didn't stop me then. And near misses with a lot of things like that, and that's part of the recovery story. But you know, instead of just being the shiny guy on stage, I really wanted it to be more about us just talking about, you know, about what I'm really at, who I really am. And I hope that on the other side of that, that you guys will also engage us in that kind of stuff. So, and then the last thing for me, at least in my own personal stuff, is I get clean and sober, and that's all great. And then I find out that I have hepatitis C and my liver's shot, whatever. And I go through the Harvoni treatment, and that was the first time that I really looked at my mortality in a realistic way, that, oh wow, this thing ends. And I made some conscious decisions about my behavior and what I put out into the universe. And one of those things is that I truly believe in the power of love, and that I'm not putting any bad shit out in the world, you know. There's plenty that can go around, and other people that can do that kind of stuff. So on that note, so that's the part of it that's like the you know, the I'm not dead yet, because I still run into people that say, oh wow, you're still here, you know, and they're not trying to be weird or whatever. But the other side of that is also just the side of just me. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a friend with people, and that the idea that is, while I'm here, that I should be doing stuff. From my mom's generation and her mom's generation, they got to 40-ish, and they were done. There was no more new stuff to be done. And just had an online conversation with Jason Jarman about that fact. He plays in a band called Vanilla, him and Sean Gaffney, and they write amazing songs. And they invited me in, and they're close to my age. I'm probably, you know, 650 years older than them, but, you know, I'm a vampire. What am I going to do? And but they're really writing great stuff, and they're moving forward and creating new art right now, you know, as we speak, as we get older. So I have that same kind of idea for myself. For example, when I met Sean is a super good producer, writer, and all that. I'm a decent writer, but I really didn't get into the recording side of it. So with some little bit of guidance from him, he uses Regan. That's a recording thing, software, DAW. I've taken up recording in the last 2 years, and lo and behold, I've gotten better at it, and it's really helped me to share my ideas with the band. But the other thing about it too is what it's done for me is it's helped speed up the recording process. So on the Stuff record, for those of you that know, we just put out an EP. That record was the vocals and the bass. A lot of the vocals and the bass were done here. Ken came here and recorded. It was a trial and error thing, you know. Like I said, I'm not the most techie guy, but I've got a decent ear. So we were able to do that, transfer it over to Sean, and that helps me be a part of that the production part of that thing. So that was really cool, and really important to continue to grow. And this is another step in that thing. It's like, and my daughter, Sophia, as you saw her a second ago, I got nervous before I did this. And I don't get nervous when we play, because I'm okay with doing that, and comfortable in that situation. But it's when I'm doing new stuff that I kind of get angsty and like, what the hell? And so that was the part of this thing that I wanted to do. So okay, so some more stuff about SA and all of that. We rehearse 1 day a week. We get together. We talk all the time. We 3 of us are in recovery, and that's a big part of this whole thing for me, because as a younger man, I was selfish and self-centered to the extreme, and I would do anything to get my way, and And when I got in trouble, I was pretty good at talking my way out of it. But like anybody who knows anything about alcohol and drugs, when the bottom hit, my bottom was not being able to see my 2-year-old anymore. Back then, she's 22 now. I had lied and stolen my way through everything, and no one, you know, I had nothing left. And so that part of this process, how do I say this? So I get sober, and then oh wow, I'm having, you know what? I'm having a brain fart. I just now had a brain fart. You know, there it is. That's what happens when you're 900 years old. And so I get sober, and I found out about all of my behaviors and stuff like that. And part of the idea of this band is not giving up on people, and because some of us were in that situation where we were given up on, and you find out that, you know, there's a saying that there's a God, it's not me, and I don't know who makes it or who doesn't make it, and who gets to do what they want to do and who doesn't. I don't have the answers to that. And so one of the big things that I've learned through this whole life thing is how important being a parent is for me. Now, if there's younger people watching this and they're like, he's talking about parenting, you know. A good friend. We're friends, and we're getting to be better friends. Ben Union just had a baby, and I told him it changes everything, and somehow it does, that kind of thing. So if you'd have asked me 30 years ago, will I be, you know, about parenting, I would never have told anyone that I would be defined by being a good parent. And I think I'm a good parent. I dig it. It makes me whole. And that's one of the things that doing a band with other people that think similar, because we're different, but all of us in our own way, musically, are trying to find balance in our lives. You know, Raymond and I talk about it. Now Ray plays in like 29 bands, and I only do one, but no, not really. But, you know, we all talk about it with work, with our family, with our wives. You know, Ray's got Jessica. Sean's getting married. You know, I've got 2 kids. You know, Ken's got grandkids. All that stuff. So you try to find balance, because when I was younger, for me, thank you, Linda. I love you too. Well, for me, when I was younger, I was defined. I was a musician, you know. I was this thing, this shiny thing, you know. And I wanted to be Keith Richards. Only I found out that then you end up being a junkie and you know, whatever. So I don't know what all that means. Oh, Ray just said he'd kill me. I will kill you. But anyway, so I defined myself by just being a musician. I boxed myself in, and then 29 bands. Linda thinks you're slacking, brother. And anyway, so going back to that, man, I got sidetracked just thinking about Ray. Ray's coming after me, I have no doubt. But so in keeping balance, the things that make me now is, you know, I like to be with my wife and be a good husband, but I really like to play music with the guys. I like to write. Writing's very important for me, extremely, and it's been since a young age. You know, that's some crazy stuff. And then being a parent, and then being a part of my program of recovery, whatever that may be. But anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all those things. Anyway, thinking about music, it's funny. This just came in my head, and hang on. I don't even know if this is in tune. This is a guitar that my good friend Teddy Haggerty, he painted this for me. And of course, all the hoity-toity musician friends said, oh man, you know, that's really ruined the sound. And, you know, whatever. Those are the guys that are wandering around in you know, Guitar Center all day playing you know, Alice in Chains riff and drop down D. But that's their stuff. But this is a memento. Teddy passed away. He was a cool guy. He was our first manager that I had. We went to Los Angeles and numerous places around the country. And so anyway, back when I was a kid, it's still the first thing I remember doing musically for me was, of course, I was in love with the Beatles, but I was more in love with John Lennon. And I had this little cassette player, and I learned, and I would try to copy his voice. That, you know, that here I stand, head in hand, turn my face to the wall. If she's gone, I can't go home, feeling to the smile. So that was, when I was a kid, that was my escape. In my house, there was, you know, alcohol and violence. And it wasn't it wasn't the worst childhood, don't get me wrong, but it was enough to make me want to hide. And music was the escape. It was, and it always it always has been. Now more, I know that it's not an escape, that it's a part of who I am and what I need to and like to do. What is that? That was weird. I'm an ESPN sports freak, so if you hear the ba-da-da-da-da on my phone, that's because I'm following some type of geeky sporting event. So anyway, back to that. So that's part of my deal with this. One of the things that SA, and I've always been really big on, is we don't want to let anyone hear anything until it's perfect. And which kind of goes against the kind of punk attitude and ideas that I have. So I thought about it. I thought, you know, starting with the Stuff record, Sean and I have started writing together. You know, he's a great writer, a great singer, you know, all this stuff, and a good friend. We've over the course of the last 4.5 years become super good friends, and it's cool to have someone you can confide with. It's cool to have a group of guys that you can confide in. You know, I've got a lot of acquaintances, and but the cool thing is I have 4 or 5 really cool friends that I can count on. So anyway, back songwriting. And so Sean and I have been going back and forth, and we're doing some new things in terms of writing. And I wanted to play you this thing that we just started working on, and I'll let you listen to it. I'll just play a couple of minutes. I don't want to, you know, and it's a little rough, and it's called Lady Almond. And so that's one of the things on these podcasts that we're going to do. We're going to start showing you kind of the works in process, kind of showing where we're at and how we're doing this thing, because I feel like a lot of people don't know how that works and how that process works. And if they're interested, cool. If they're not, that's cool too. This whole Not Dead Yet is about, you know, doing and being the best you can be now. This is what we get. Yeah, here, you know, I see there's a few of you out there, and you're here with me now, and we're doing this. And that's what we get, is this now. So what are we going to do with it? That's the question. Hopefully positive things, and we can share that love and kindness that I believe in my experience changes the world. You know, so it's up to you what you do, but that works for me and a number of the guys in the band. So let me play this. I think you're going to be able to hear it fine. I kind of checked it out to start this thing. And this is a new one that Sean and I are doing. We're kind of working on this maybe a rock opera type thing, and that word opera is always so weird, but like something that tells a whole story, a whole theme, because the idea of that everyone has shorter attention spans and all that kind of stuff, I don't know if that's really totally true. I think that people are craving stories that have a little more depth, and that they be able to get into and maybe get different meanings from. It doesn't have to be 2.5-minute songs, which is a lot of what you have on Spotify, and that's cool, whatever. But that same kind of thinking happened in the mid-60s with the pop songs, and you know, the Beatles and Byrds and Dylan and all that, whoever. short 2.5, 3 minute songs, suddenly you get to the late 60s and you've got songs that are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes. You know, anything from the Beatles doing Hey Jude to the Allman Brothers. So that's kind of a trippy thing. So anyway, I'm going to play this. I'm going to go grab myself a Pepsi One because that's what I do. And I hope you like it. I'll be back in a second. And Sean, I love you. Thank you for being there to give me a little confidence so I don't feel all like, you know, hanging out there by myself. And this is a new essay song, a work in progress called Lady Almond. Lady Almond. So I'll be back in a second. Check it out. I'm pretty proud of this.
Lady Almond said that hope's like a smile, just like...
What the heck just happened, you guys? Did I mute something? For the love of God, did I mute something? Oh well, that's how you learn, eh? I must have. Huh? Yeah, you can come say hi to him. I'm kind of tripped out while it... Huh. Well, now that I've screwed the pooch on that because it's such a good song and we were listening to it before, I'm tripped out. Well, I'm not sure because I had it. Huh. That's so weird.
What happened?
One of the songs. Hey, sorry everybody. It's live. I do. Well, me and Sean write. I write on my own too for us for the essay thing. And so one of my fascinating things that I've been finding with people is Brian Parker, my brother Brian Parker, is the whole ghosts in Facebook and online. The people with these opinions and things that they hide behind, and oh, I see what's happening here. That's what's going on. I got too much going on here. That's all. That's all it is. So this is called Raining Nonsense. I'll play it for a second, and there's not that many keyboard parts, dude. It's not that many keyboard parts. Now I'll go get my pop. This is called Raining Nonsense. that's just a new idea. That's all. Just a new idea. And yeah, so that's that. What else? What else is going on? Dave Sawyer is watching. I got to, but great job on the inaugural podcast, brother. Thank you, Raymond. So, what else? Hey, Sophia B, come in here. So, one of the things, you know, that we all have maybe in common is we have kids. This is my studio crew helper. And Fia B is my little running buddy. She's 10 now. She's way smarter than she should be. She's in like advanced classes in 5th grade. And before we started this, when I told her I was a little nervous, she started dancing and acting all crazy because she goes, "Dad, it's just Facebook Live." You know, it's like, "Come on, Dad, it's just Facebook Live."
I told him I'd dance in front of all the people.
Okay, do a dance then. Show him a dance. See? She's not worried about this. So anyway, having a kid in my life at this time in the game is super awesome. And for me, one of the neat things is she comes over to practice, and the guys don't know it. I may have said this before, but they are amazing male role models for her about how to be treated as a girl, a young girl, and a woman. You know, obviously as a dad, I can do all that, blah, 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 you know, and tell her what, you know, how she should or shouldn't be treated. But when you have guys that are super good friends that are willing to take the time to talk to her and show her things and be engaged with her ideas and let her be a part of, those are things that just, you know, settle into her head, and I think will help her as a young woman being around those kind of examples, because, you know, she'll be getting to the age where guys are really dumbasses, and based on my own experience of being a super dumbass, so that was one of the things about that. So anyway, I'm going all over the place. I just wanted to introduce everyone to this idea. So we're gonna do this once a week. Hey, I like your head right there. Your hair looks good.
Thank you.
We're gonna do this once a week.
Really?
We feel, yes, really, and we feel like it's gonna grow and morph. We have lots of different ideas about things that we would like to talk about. You know, and one of the things we're not gonna go into is the arena of God or politics. You know, we all have things that we believe or don't believe, and in the end, at least for me personally, how I treat people, you'll all know. You'll all know what I believe. And I think that's really, really super important. But there are things, you know, recovery will be part of this thing. And we have friends in recovery. We have people that we never thought would make it, including ourselves. I know for a fact a lot of people were surprised I'm here. Probably talk about marriage, talk about navigating new ideas and new dreams. All those things that, you know, you do, and I know a lot of people that they have just ideas to do different things with their lives, and people tell them, no, that's stupid, that's crazy. And one thing I've learned about us humans is I don't know what's right for you. The only person I really know what's right for is me. And then, well, I'm in charge of you right now,
exactly.
But you're starting to get your own ideas, and that's fine too. So, I had a little list about stuff. So, yeah, I was showing you some of the new songs, and we will, once the technical thing gets better, we will delve into more and more of that. Sean, not dead yet. Hashtag not dead yet, baby. And so what else was I thinking about talking about? I'm talking about the future for this thing, which is really cool, you know. And the idea that we can grow. We have a lot of, and we don't consider them crazy ideas, but they're just ways to express the creativity that we feel like we would like to do. In the end, we're musicians. We write songs, and we can connect with you on stage that way. We feel like we've gotten pretty good as a band. But the human part in all of this, you know, we're all so connected. You can talk to anyone in the world. The fascinating thing is that we may truly know less about each other. And so, I don't know, do we open up this little door to have some dialogue? And I don't know how that happens or doesn't happen. But I definitely would be interested in the things that you folks see and feel and want to try. And some of your dreams and some of the things you go through, the trials and tribulations. And with any amount of hope, this would be a place that we all could have a safe place to talk about stuff. And I don't know, and not be a judgmental area, man. Strangely Alright is just about that. And oh, while I think of it, so people go, where did the name Strangely Alright come from? I don't know if they say it like that, but they do. And so really what it is you know, not everybody knows my deal, but Mel and I met in recovery, and then about you know, after the course of 6 years of sobriety, I stopped doing meetings and that stuff that kind of connects me to it. And then, you know, I ran into my back hurt, and I ran into someone gave me an oxycodone, and you know, 6 months later, half my 401k's gone. That's how I roll. And so anyway, I crawl back with the help of other people, and I now have another 6 years of recovery to my credit or whatever. But during that time, we did some counseling and stuff. And you know, and I'm proud to say that my wife stood by me. We had some ups and downs in that, but it made us stronger. And after a particularly good session, my sponsor Ken asked me, he's like, hey man, how'd that go? Or, you know, it may have been him, you know, I may be rewriting history somewhat, but I said, hey, it went strangely all right. And it was one of those, ding, you know, there's the idea. And so, and then I think in life, a lot of times for me, there are numerous things that I'm surprised that I'm having a good time or enjoying it. You know, one of the things for us as a family is concerts. Obviously, my parents didn't go to concerts at that time. That just wasn't done, but we do. And so when I tell, you know, when we're watching A Star Is Born, and my wife is going through 19 boxes of Kleenex, and I think they were cutting onions in that room because I might have had a little bit of watery eyes. I don't know, you know. Obviously, being the real man that I am, Regan Lane of Not Dead Yet, I would not shed a tear for a movie. But, you know, anyway, there was something in that room that made me get teary-eyed. I don't know what that was. But, so Lady Gaga, I don't know where all that came from. Lady Gaga was one of the concerts we've done. And then I tell people we've seen Katy Perry, and they're like, what? What? It's like, well, yeah, you take your kids to that stuff and you keep an open mind. And one of the things that I've learned about in my silly little journey, this journey, is contempt prior to investigation. So, you know, I don't dig all Katy Perry's songs, but man, what a great show. And Lady Gaga, what an inspiring show. My daughter at the time was 13, and she came away more pumped up about human beings and the possibilities of helping people than she'd ever been. So, you know, that contempt prior to investigation is another part of the deal of Strangely Alright. You know, we try to be able to throw anything out there that we all want to try, and give it a try first. And one of the other, I don't know if it's a rule, but the idea is like, I can look at you and go, hey man, I don't like that. You know, I don't like that part. But you can also say, I don't like that part. But then the main thing is for us is then, well, what's your solution? You know, what are you going to do? What are we going to do with that? Just saying you don't like something, not having a solution as a band member is unacceptable. It's like, nah, we can't do that. Then we'll stick with this. Just because you don't like it, I don't really give you know, give a rat's ass. But when people have other ideas to try, that's what makes things super cool, because then you get a different point of view, you get to check it out, you play it together. And we've done that quite often and had a lot of success as a band doing that kind of stuff. And that also, so that kind of idea for me kind of banks off into as a human being, you know, trying different things and seeing what works or what doesn't work. So I don't know, I just feel like it's Strangely Alright is one of the things that has taken on kind of a life of its own. And I'm very grateful for it and the guys' friendship in that. It continues to be a learning thing and a growing thing, which I guess that's what this is about, isn't it? You know, just to continue to grow and be better, be a better me, be a better dad, be a better musician, better songwriter, storyteller, whatever that stuff is. So I think that's about everything, you know, I wanted to talk about with you guys. So it's 5:40. I almost did an hour, you know. I could probably look up another song or two. You guys have been very nice to hang out with me. Hello, Susan. How are you? Rob. Hey, Rob. Yes. You know what? I'm really bummed out that I couldn't play you guys that song that Sean and I just wrote. That the lady. Oh, now it's telling me it's playing too slow. Lady Allman. It's just so badass. He gave me these cool friggin' chords, and it was super exciting for us to work on that. And I got really obsessed with it because for whatever reason, the whole thing really resonated with me. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes how things just go, ah man, that just totally kills it for me. So let me just see real quick if it's here. That would just make my heart so damn happy. Yes, it's back. I must have pushed a button. So check this out. This is a new thing. It's a work in progress. It's called Lady Allman. Don't put so much pressure on me. It's fine. So listen to this. And this is a new one of Sean. And yeah, I already, you know, you can look back and check it out. I hope you like it.
Lady Allman said that hope's like a smile, just like the truth that's been standing on trial. I see a fraud who still can't deny grace. It's written all over your face.
So that is something new. That's a work in progress. And that's new stuff for SA that we don't usually, you know, we want to keep that close, so you know, we don't want you to see any of the warts, but we're not doing that anymore. If one thing I've learned is that change is going to happen, and you know, people always tell you that I don't like change, you know, until you get the lotto ticket that you win $1 million, and suddenly change ain't so bad. So it's where I'm going with that is kind of a perception-based thing. Whether I like change or not, it's happening no matter what. And with these guys in this band, I embrace it, and that's the key, to embrace it and make it be a part of your life. And one of the things I've been reading a lot of, oh, hang on, I'll be right back. So I read this guy every day. His name is Emmett Fox, and it's just amazing that this guy died in '51, and it's God stuff, but it relates to more of a day-to-day kind of deal. And one of the things is the idea that what we think is what we get, what we become. And obviously, you know, we can all turn that into, well, this happens or that happens or this happens. Yes, agreed. But it's more about the day-to-day, how you think. And so this really resonated with me. This is a trip. It's called Making Your Own Fortune. You think, and your thoughts materialize as experience. And thus it is, all unknown to yourself as a rule, that you are actually weaving the pattern of your own destiny here and now by the way in which you allow yourself to think day by day and all day long. Your fate is largely in your own hands. Nobody but yourself can keep you down. Neither parents, nor wives, nor husbands, nor employers, nor neighbors, nor poverty, nor ignorance, nor any power whatever can keep you out of your own once you have learned how to think. And I love that. It's like, you know, so it's a mindset thing. And life throws us curveballs. The big stuff for me personally, I'm able to like, hey, I can navigate this. I see it coming. It's the little stuff, that the curveballs that come and just totally throw me out of the water. Anyway, I don't know. That just inspired me, so I got off track. Sorry. Anyway, back to Not Dead Yet. We're not dead yet. We're going to do it weekly. We will let you know when it's happening. We have an email list. You can send your email, and we're going to start that up in the next week or two, and those will be weekly also. And, you know, the idea that obviously we want you to like what we do. We want you to buy our music. We want you to, you know, if we have cool swag or whatever. We have a new t-shirt coming out that just says the we is stronger. The we is stronger. And but that's not the point of this. The point is to hopefully make some lifelong connections and remind ourselves, at least for me it really does, to remind ourselves that we are not alone. And the longer I've done this, the longer I've been sober, the longer I've had the chance to actually meet and talk with people and be engaged and try to hear what they're saying, I found out that I am not that unique. And I had terminal uniqueness when I was out doing what I did in the you know, 80s and 90s, so to speak. Yes, I am sure it is, brother, but I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. You and Sean and I are having a little chuckle about different ways that we do to cope with our world. So, hello, Steve Ailment is here. Hello, brother. Good to see you. And so, once again, back to that. So, you can send your email to us. Get on the list. We're going to start doing that. And like I said, I'm not doing the hokey selling stuff. I'd like you to be interested. I hope I can connect with you. I hope we can connect with you with things that we both agree on, things that we can inspire each other with, whatever that may be. You know, for me, the power of love's amazing. One of our best-selling T-shirts right now is "Love Always Wins, so don't be a dick." And you know, it's one of those things that came to me. It's tongue-in-cheek, obviously, but you'd be surprised how many people that resonates with. And we've got a very good friend, Zachary, who is a really, really nice guy, but he works really hard to let everyone think that he's a dick. But he's not. Zach's a cool dude. And we're grateful to have him in our lives. And so I don't know. What else? That's just it, man. We're all in this together. I'm grateful to be a part of and be here and be able to talk to you folks. I hope that you've enjoyed this little minute of me babbling about... don't get defensive, bro. It's okay. You know, it's okay. You just be you, baby. I'm talking to Zachary. So we're in this together, and we're not really going to do, we're not doing any shows till July. We're working on music. We're going to communicate with you guys through this. We may do a live in the studio thing and do a stream that way. But we will do this, like I said, weekly. So let me see if there's any other song I can take you guys out on, man. It's so cool that you came. I've seen quite a few faces and people that have come and stayed through this whole thing. And I super appreciate it so much. And you know what? Why don't we listen to something from Stuff? Because it's all just stuff. Yeah, we'll listen to Stuff. So thank you very much for checking this out. Remember, we'll do it next week. Tell people, share this thing with folks. Turn them on to if any of these ideas resonate with you. That would make me super happy. I know it would make Sean happy, and Ray, and Jason. So anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. Do believe in love and be kind. Just be kind, man. It's easy. You guys take care. Peace. Listen to this to the end. It's all just stuff. It ain't enough. Thank you.